Hello, this is State of Business. I am Pamudha Katagampala. Let's start news after a brief look at the top stories for tonight. President appoints task force to transform green agriculture agenda into fruition. And the government considers extending concession on electricity bills to tourist hotels. And now news in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has appointed a top-level task force to transform the government's green agriculture agenda into fruition, thereby enhancing its contribution to sustainable socio-economic development. The President's Media Division announced this by issuing a press release last Saturday. The Presidential Task Force is chaired by Wild Holidays Chairman Vijit Valikala and comprises 14 members. They are Lalit Seniviratna, Biogenic Green Technology Research Institute Director, SKB Kasuntaraka Amal, Hector Kobakadu Agrarian Research and Training Institute Director, Malinda Seniviratna, Climate Smart Agriculture Coordinator, Vaunia and Mannar Districts, Eco-Friendly Farming Training Consultant, RB Rasika Tusita Kumara, Siapati International Education and Training Institute Limited, Chief Executive Officer Dr. B.K.J. Kavantissa, Kangara Holdings Limited, Samantha Fernando, Lanka Biofertilizers Limited, Sumudita Kumarasinghe, Green Force Agriculture Limited, Ajit Randunu, Lanka Nature Power Limited, NM Khalid, Biofoods Limited, Shammi Kirinda, Shosang ONB Limited, Nirmala Karevgoda, RKG Biogreen Farm, Chaminda Hetti Kankanamge and Lawrence's Liquid Fertilizers, Nishandi Silva. President's Additional Secretary Vernon Pera is the secretary of the said task force. The task force is responsible for formulating a systematic program for sustainable maintenance of green agriculture, identifying the organic fertilizer required for various crops and improving the quality of fertilizer production, producing pesticides and weedicides locally, identifying methodologies and monitoring mechanisms for importing the limited scale required for possible shortages with high standards based on the approval of the Sri Lanka Standards Institute in meeting the requirements through local production, enhancing the communication in transmitting to the public the health-related socio-economic benefits to be accrued from organic food production and consumption. Through an extraordinary gazette, the President has directed the Task Force for Green Agriculture to liaise with the Economic Revival and Poverty Alleviation Task Force and the Presidential Task Force for the creation of a Green Sri Lanka with sustainable solutions for climate change. Trade Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardene has appointed export advisory committees covering 24 sectors for a period of 5 years until 2026. The appointment is in terms of Section 10 of the Sri Lanka Export Development Board Act No. 14 of 1979. The move empowers the ministers in charge of the EDB on the advice of the board to establish advisory committees that are oriented towards the development and promotion of specific products, product groups, commodities, as well as the functional aspects of the export trade. These advisory committees are expected to identify key market challenges and opportunities facing the industry, set goals to strengthen sector competitiveness, identify market requirements, as well as propose key policy changes that need to be initiated to develop the export sector while playing a significant role in reviving the export sector, which is currently facing numerous challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. These committees are led by private sector industry representatives with the participation of industry sector leaders and relevant public sector officers representing government line agencies. The multi-stakeholder representation provides appropriate scrutiny of policy frameworks to catalyze export growth. They also succeed in providing coordination to optimize institutional support and quality of service in the export process. Furthermore, the appointed committees are an integral part of EDB's formulation of annual action plans, strategies and policy. The sectors covered are apparel, Ayurveda and herbal products and cosmetics, boat and shipbuilding, coconut and coconut-based products, construction services, education services, electrical and electronic components, export processing villages, gems, diamonds and jewellery, ICT, light engineering, logistics, marine and offshore engineering, mineral-based products, national quality infrastructure, organic products, ornamental fish, pharmaceuticals, processed food and beverages, regional development, rubber and rubber-based products and plastics, seafood and aquaculture sector, spice and concentrates, and trade promotion and trade information. A stock of ICU beds was donated day before yesterday to the Sri Lankan Medical Services through the intervention of former Sri Lankan High Commissioner to Australia, Michael De Silva, at a small gathering. The members of the All Ceylon Buddhist Congress, along with the former High Commissioner, Michael De Silva, handed over the donations to the Minister of Health, Kehelia Ramukwella. 75 ICU beds, crutches and other medical equipment were donated. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister of Health Kehelia Ramukwella stated that Sri Lanka received many such donations with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and that such donations were crucial to the local healthcare system at this time of crisis. The program was coordinated by the Director General of the Sri Lanka Rupawahini Corporation and the Basnayak Nilame of the Alawatagoda Samandevalaya, Jayampati Bandara Heenkenda. Moreover, several office bearers and officials of the All Ceylon Buddhist Congress were also present on this occasion. We'll be back with more news after this short break.
ෆයිබර් සමගින් බලකැන් වෙන තැන ඉස්සර වගේ නෙවෙයි දැන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රථම වේගවත්ම සහ පුළුල්ම ප්‍රීමියම් ෆයිබර් අන්තර්ජාලය SLT Mobitel Fiber දේශීය ෆයිබර් බලවේගය
මනුස්ස ජීවිතයක් පින්වත්නි අපි ලබලා තියෙන්නේ මේ සංසාර ගමනින් එතර වෙන්න පෙරපින් කරපු නිසා. අද කාලේ සමාජය ගත්තාම සමහර මිනිස්සු ඉන්නවා ස්වාමින් වහන්සේලාගේ ಗುಣ කියලා නොගුණ කියනවා. හිතන්නේ ಗುಣ කියලා නමුත් ඒක නොගුණයක් බවට පත් වෙනවා. නොගුණ කියලා ಗುಣ කියන්නේ පින්වත්නි අනේ හාමුදුරුවෝ ගියාට අපිත් එක්ක වැඩි කතා කරේවත් නැහැ. ධර්මානුකූලව ධර්මයට අනුව ත්‍රිපිටකයට අනුව බණ කිව්වහම ඒක අහන් ඉන්න කැමති පුද්ගලයෝ ඉන්නවා. චුට්ටක් hina වෙලා කතා බහ කරලා විහිළු කරලා බණ කිව්වොත් ඒක අහන්න ඉන්නවා. ඒ නිසා ශෝක් බණ මරු බණ අහන්නේ නැතුව ඔබ බුදු බණ පමණක් අහලා ඒක නිවැරදිව අවබෝධ කරගෙන ඔබේ ජීවිතෙත් මේ සංසාර ගමනින් එතර කරගන්න මේ උතුම් ධර්ම දේශනා කුසල බලය හේතු වාසනා වේවා කියලා ඔබ ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරගන්න.
SLT Mobitel Home Broadband වෙතින් online learning සහ online working සඳහා ඇදහිය නොහැකි data දීමනා GB 30ක් රුපියල් 195යි GB 100ක් රුපියල් 490යි කාර්යාලයක් පාසලක් ගෙදරටම ගෙනෙන ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් සබඳතාවය SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබඳියාව.
Welcome back after the break. The government is considering extending the concession on electricity bills to tourist hotels affected by COVID-19 for a short period of time. The Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranathunga also says that he expects to discuss the matter with the Minister of Power and Energy. Due to the COVID epidemic, the Tourism Development Authority had given a grace period for the tourist hotels and residences that are registered with the authority to pay their electricity bills, which ended last September. Hoteliers had requested to provide further relief as it may take several more months for the collapsed tourism industry to recover. The minister said that the government is considering granting this concession for another short period of time. The tourism industry, which collapsed due to COVID-19, is now gradually recovering. So far, 45,413 tourists have visited the country since January, while the number of tourists who have arrived in the country from October 1st to October 13th was 7,096. Meanwhile, Tourism Minister stated that hotels, accommodations and tourism service providers who have not yet registered with the Tourism Development Authority are now showing special interest in registering with the authority. At present, 5,786 tourist hotels are registered with the Tourism Development Authority, and the authority is also implementing a concessionary program for registration with the Tourism Development Authority. The Tourism Development Authority further states that a special program is being implemented to expedite these registrations on the instructions of Minister Prasanna Ranathunga. We Minister of Highways Johnson Fernando has stated that action would be taken to introduce electronic toll collection at expressways to help alleviate traffic congestion, reduce delays, fuel consumption and vehicle emissions. The minister stated this during a meeting held at the Highways Ministry to review the progress of Expressways Operational Management Unit and its future course of action. The minister had stated that a cashier at manual toll collection centres in expressways take approximately 12 to 15 seconds to collect the toll from a single vehicle and hand back the receipt. The ETC could reduce this to around 6 seconds and help the vehicles exit the expressways faster. This in turn would help ease congestion faced during rush hour where lines of vehicles can be seen at toll collection centres. The minister further stated that it has been found by many studies that highway vehicle emissions could result in adverse health problems to nearby residents and workers, especially during traffic congestion. In response, the policy to promote ECT could help alleviate traffic congestion as compared to MTC that could also help reduce air pollution and improve public health. That's all we have here today. See you again on Thursday at 7:45 p.m. with State of Business. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.